Well, hello there, Libra. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing a special reading. This is for the Saturn transit into Pisces that occurred March 7th, and Saturn will stay in Pisces until February of 2026. So this is a 3-year transit. The last 3 years, you had Saturn that was in your 5th house of creative expression. And now it is moving into your 6th house of daily routines and habits and rituals. So what we're going to do today is take a look at, first of all, the lessons that you learned over the last 3 years in your creative expression and how that is now going to apply in, your sense of well-being, the daily habits that you have that help you to express yourself in your best capacity, but also take care of yourself on a daily basis. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to first take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we're going to move to the tarot to get some more specific details about structures, organizations, and just good advice from divine about how to transit this next 3 years. Because Saturn can be a difficult energy, but we'll get advice about how you can make this transit work for you. All right, so let's take a look first at the oracle cards. Your animal spirit, frog spirit, clear out the clutter. That is so interesting because it is in your 6th house of habits, routines, and rituals. It's also about imposter syndrome. And so it's about clearing out any of the clutter around perhaps feeling as if you are an imposter or anything that is not authentic to yourself. Saturn will help you to recognize that and to make, those changes or heal those wounds as necessary. And then reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. I love this because I feel like, there is this energy here of doing the things on a daily basis that help you to declutter or eliminate limiting beliefs or things that are perhaps not quite as authentic to your true self. And that is helping you to reach some big goal or, destination that you are seeking for yourself. Really beautiful energy. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I have a couple of notes here. I'm going to, while I'm putting these cards out, Libra, in general, okay, and this is a general reading, you can tend to be a little bit non-committed, to people or situations. You're a people pleaser, right? So you want harmony in all of your situations. So this Saturn transit is going to help you to recognize how you can communicate better with others and what daily rituals you can bring into your life in order to feel more committed, not just only to others or situations, but also to yourself. One of the biggest things that we can do for ourselves is to commit to ourself and the daily practices that help us to be our highest potential, right? The things that help us to be in that energy of our highest good. So it does sometimes take a lot of commitment to eat proper foods, to eliminate things that maybe are not as good for us, or at least minimize them, to exercise, to have spiritual practices such as journaling or meditating, spending time in nature. And so I feel like there is this energy for you for the next 3 years where you may have put a lot of time and energy into your work, to your career, to your creative expression, to finding pleasure in your life, having a lot of fun, and now recognizing, okay, I've worked on finding routines in those areas, but now I also need to incorporate good routines in taking good care of myself. Yeah, because on the bottom we have clean it up and Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups is all about, the Queen of Cups understands that she has to make herself a top priority. Gender doesn't matter, but it's this energy of making choices that put you as the top priority. For the last 3 years, you could have been prioritizing other people or your work, right? And now it's a 3-year transit of understanding, okay, I also have to follow my heart. I have to spend time taking good care of myself, cleaning up any routines in your life that detract you from truly choosing to prioritize yourself and your good health, your good well-being. So let's take a look at the energy of the last 3 years, the lesson that the divine wants you to kind of take forward in this next 3 years. Yeah, you have the Queen of Swords, and you have embraced this magical moment. I feel like for some of you, it's understanding how you express yourself creatively, how you have fun in the world. You could have changed over the last 3 years, how you really and truly like to express yourself, the types of activities that do bring you joy, the types of people that you like being around that help you to have joy in your life. Because the last 3 years were really about finding pleasure in your everyday life. You may have learned that you had to schedule that into your life, right? Because work and play need to be balanced, and you are the scales. You love to have balance, and really working on making sure that you weren't just focusing on your career, but you are also finding time for pleasure in your life. Now it's about understanding the truth of what really does bring you pleasure, or how you love to express yourself creatively. It's taking that information and taking it out into the world, seeing truthfully. I think for some of you, you may have really made a big change in either your career or the way your relationships. You could have had a big change in your relationships. Understanding that some people at the beginning of the 3-year transit, so, like in 2019, when Saturn went into Aquarius, you could have had this energy of thinking some people were in alignment with who you are and where you want to go. And now you kind of understand there's a difference, you could have had some people leave your life. You could have just kind of understood the types of relationships that bring you pleasure and the type of relationships that are just work, if you know what I mean, right? Because it was finding that balance between kind of like work and play. So let's take a look here, because I think this is interesting to kind of to think about as you're moving forward. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You have the Emperor, the Empress, and the Sun. I think for some of you, you maybe realized who it is, or even if this person has not come into your life, you're realizing the type of person that you do want to have in your life, right? That will bring you the joy and the fulfillment. It is, it is kind of interesting because the Emperor and the Empress are also very much in that sector of work, work partners, understanding who it is that you work well with and who it is that you don't work well with, who it is that you maybe can work well with and also have fun. It's understanding how you can balance even having fun in your work sector. And if you haven't had that, right, found that yet, you're getting clear with the Queen of Swords about how you are making changes in that. Even if you're carrying that forward in the next 3 years, looking for that person, okay, or looking for that business partner or, people to work with in order to express yourself. Really interesting energy there. Okay, well, let's move forward for these next 3 years. So let's see what Saturn or the divine is kind of suggesting about where you can bring structure. And once again, you're moving into your 6th house of habits, routines, and rituals, health and well-being, those daily habits that will help you, okay, to come into either alignment or keep a good relationship going. So either way, I think you're understanding that there are some people or situations that you need to end. So So in your area of habits, routines, and rituals, you could understand that perhaps in the past you were in a relationship that wasn't healthy, right? It is kind of true. I have, several friends, and some of my friends are very much into eating healthy and exercising. And then I have some friends that aren't, and it's kind of interesting because when I'm around other people that are also into health and well-being, it's so easy to go out with them because I don't have to, I know that the types of restaurants or the activities that they want to do are in alignment with the way I want to live. I don't have any anxiety about it. And even though I love my friends that maybe aren't in alignment with my healthy eating habits or whatever, it is a kind of interesting that I have a little bit more anxiety. It's a little bit more of this kind of give and take about where we're going to eat or what we're going to do. And once again, it's not that I don't enjoy spending time with them, but I feel like you're kind of seeing that pattern. Who do you want to spend more time with? When you're with people that are in alignment with the same, and I'm bringing this up specifically for your habits, routines, rituals, health, and well-being, are more in alignment with what it is that you want for yourself, it's kind of like everything just flows so much easier, right? It is so true. And I feel like that's what you're doing over the next 3 years, kind of like moving your energy away from people that maybe either have health and well-being mindsets that are different than what you are wanting to create for yourself, right? Or understanding that you're eliminating those friendships, and really coming into alignment, putting that structure and organization around the types of people that you want to be around, because you know that they're going to bring you more happiness, joy, and abundance, right? And love. It's like, okay, I've got to eliminate. I feel like you're kind of learning what to eliminate from your life right here right now. I mean, I feel like this is your energy right now, kind of like highlighting, okay, what does work? Perhaps looking at some of those things that you do on a daily basis that make you feel good and some that don't make you feel as good. And really understanding, okay, I am scheduling into my daily routine those things that do make me feel good, right? Because this is who I want to become. I want to become more in aligned, okay, with my soulmate or the people that I spend time with. So what do I have to eliminate? What habits do you have to eliminate, or what habits do you have to schedule into your daily life? And then also eliminating some of, spending time around people that are not in alignment with that. Yeah. So really kind of interesting because I feel like, you have hidden motivations here. There's a little bit of energy, Libra, here where you are holding on to habits that you recognize. I think you recognize that they are really not in alignment with your true self, okay? But you're holding on to those habits because the people that you spend a lot of time with also have those habits that you'd like to eliminate. So it's understanding, oh my goodness, okay, if I'm really stepping onto a path of doing what is best for me, right? I have to spend less time around these people that perhaps, perhaps they enjoy drinking or doing activities that just really, you understand are no longer good for you, are no longer in your best interest. And that is difficult. That is difficult because I feel like you're not just eliminating, I have a good friend that decided she really needed to stop drinking, right? And she said it impacted, okay, not just her own life of eliminating, becoming sober. She said it impacted her social life too. it was significant in impacting her social life, because all of a sudden the friends that she used to have were very much going out and enjoying themselves and partying and that type of thing. And then she recognized, well, I'm not doing that, so I really don't have anything in common with those people. And then trying to find new friends, right, that are around her new lifestyle. And how difficult that really and truly was. So yeah, this is really an energy of dropping the burden, right? Of, I feel like it's dropping the burden of understanding that we are, you hear that we are like the 6 people we spend the most time with, or something like that, right? There's something to that, understanding that you're learning that if you're around people that have healthier mindsets, that you are healthier, and if you are around people that, are not in, healthier mindsets, that you fall prey into that. And that is really easy to do, but it's time to make those choices that are best for you. Understanding what it is that you need to eliminate, and then perhaps removing yourself or spending less time with people that are not in alignment with where it is that you want to go. Wow, that's kind of interesting energy. Something to think about, because I feel like this 3-year transit is really about you, creating this healthier lifestyle for yourself and looking at the things that you are doing, but also the people that you are surrounding yourself with and how they are supporting your healthier lifestyle. Okay, so let's take a look at Saturn is also about karma, about taking accountability for your own actions. Okay, so taking accountability, not blaming, right, anybody else or any situations about where you are right now in your health and well-being, and really taking accountability for that. Yeah, so, you have creative endeavor, really interesting. Your loved ones are safe. I feel like, it's interesting because you just came out of the 5th house of creative expression. I think there's something that you have learned that you would like to create and put out into the world, right? And yet at the same time, you're not doing it because you feel like your loved ones won't be safe. I feel like this has something to do with finances. So it's understanding also that it's not about allowing the burdens, okay, or the financial responsibilities that you may feel to other people in your life, or their viewpoint of who you are. It could be that, their mindset, what they expect of you, right? Of no longer worrying about that. Understanding, no, it's time for me to move forward in my creative endeavor. For some of you, this is interesting. I feel like you may be actually making a career change, which really isn't part of your Saturn transit. But I think for some time you've been holding yourself back. Now you're understanding, you're taking accountability, that it's not because of other people. It could be that these same people that are preventing you from living your healthier lifestyle, your better well-being, right? Being more in tune with your body and your daily rituals and how that helps you to show up better in the world. You're also recognizing that you could, by being around those people, it could also be detracting a lot of the time and energy that you have into expressing yourself creatively or starting some type of business based on your creativity, your spiritual gifts. And understanding that, okay, if I pull myself away from these people, I also have more time and energy for what it is that I really want to put out there into the world. Really, my goodness, to me, that's really kind of fascinating. Understanding that there could be either some relationships or daily habits, okay, that are hindering your ability to really express yourself. You're understanding how those two things are connected, and then either you can make those changes, Libra, or Saturn will force you to. So it is a little bit about understanding you have the choice to do that. Yeah, I feel like there's something that you're a little bit not, you're hesitant. Let's put it that way. You're hesitant to put this out, to perhaps change your career or to start a new business, something like that. You're hesitant to do this or to show up as your true authentic self. Once again, the Four of Cups can be, it can be a little bit of allow myself to distract myself a little bit longer before I do this, right? Understanding, well, I want it to come in. I want it to look a very specific way. And if it doesn't, then I'm not going to start it. But being accountable, we're asking about your accountability, understanding that it may not appear to you exactly the way that you want it to. But it's about taking accountability, understanding, okay, even though it's not coming in exactly the way I want it to, what am I doing? Okay. Am I just sitting there waiting for the best opportunity, or am I getting up and taking action to create what it is that I want? I am poised. I can do this, right? Once I step onto this path, the universe will back me up, will help me to bring in the opportunities. Instead of just sitting around waiting for the perfect opportunity, you're going out there and you're taking action. You're making things happen for yourself. Once again, this Two of Pentacles, going back and forth. I don't know. Is this really what I want to do? Are these the people I really want to spend time with? Do I really want to have a healthier mindset, a healthier lifestyle? Going back and forth, understanding it's time to break free, okay? To gather your independence and to see, okay, wait a minute, I want to make some changes in my life. And once again, Libra, because you love being around people, you are a people pleaser, you like harmony in your relationships. It's understanding you may have to, walk away from some people or situations in your life in order to find that happiness and success that you are wanting. It's understanding I can't just sit here waiting for things to work out. It's about taking accountability and putting those daily practices and routines into every single day. Not exercising every once in a while, it's exercising every day. It's about committing. It's about committing to daily routines, but with passion. Okay, it's not like, well, I'm going to do this because this is what I'm supposed to do during Saturn, right? It's no, I'm putting these practices as part of my daily routine, and I'm doing it passionately because there's something I want for myself. There's a new way that I want to approach things. And so I'm being passionate about how I show up in the world on a daily basis and those things that will help me to shine my light the brightest. Because in 3 years, then what you have is that you are the wise one. This is all faded. Your success in this area is extremely faded. Understanding that you're gaining a lot of inner wisdom about what really works for you and what doesn't, so that you can be at your highest potential and you get your power back. I think for some of you, you are moving, literally moving away from people or situations that are not really good for you. Understanding, okay, I'm more powerful when I remove myself from things that are not in alignment with who I am and who I want to become. Yeah, that is difficult. That really is difficult. I have a younger sister who unfortunately got into drugs at middle school, high school, and one of the things that my parents did, was to move when she went and went and got sober and went to a rehab and that type of thing. When she came back out and it was time for her to go back to school, they did not send her to the same school. They moved her to a different school so that she wouldn't be around those peers that, had been part of her world for so long. And I feel like there's almost that energy here of understanding, okay, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change these people I hang out with, right? that is on them, right? We can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. And I feel like you're understanding, okay, if I want something for myself, I may have to remove myself or not put as much time and energy into relationships that are not powerful for me, right? You're getting your power back. You're understanding that, just, I am who I am. I'm breaking free of the habits that my friends might have. Yeah, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, you're understanding that you're almost like self-sabotaging yourself, okay, by hanging out with this group of people, or it could be even just listening to society. It could be on social media. There's something here that you recognize. If I put that to the side, right, then it's no longer part of my life, and I have more time and energy for those things that are good for me. I've shared before, I stopped watching television about 7 years ago. I just turned it off because I recognized that when I was watching television, it increased my anxiety. I was just wasting time, right? There was really absolutely nothing on TV that really interested me anymore. And, everybody's different. But for me, it was this energy of recognizing how it really just kind of brought me down. And it was kind of hard because I would go to work and the other teachers would be talking about a show or something on TV, and I would have absolutely nothing to add to the conversation, right? I wasn't trying to convince anybody else not to watch TV. All I was trying to do was eliminate it from my life, and recognize, okay, well, when they're talking about a show, I'm just not going to be part of the conversation, but that's okay, because then I know I'm not wasting, time at night, just, watching, endless hours of television. Because look, you're moving into this new world of recognizing that you want to be recognized for who you are, instead of hanging out or having a mindset or feeling like society is having you go in a certain way. It's kind of like, no, I am willing to end that, because we have the death card, end that, and to heal who I truly am, to wish upon a star. I feel like you're ending some type of perhaps past goal that you had for yourself, a way of life. You're ending that so that you can really step into your truth. What a powerful message here, Libra. And I know your readings lately have been a little bit difficult. So I feel like this is like a breath of fresh air. It really is, because I think you're taking this sword. You're cutting out those habits that you may have, the situations in your life, relationships that just really, you're just stepping into your truth. You're understanding, okay, what's in alignment with who I am and what is not. And if it's not, it's time to cut it out. It really and truly is. And I know it's a little bit about ripping the Band-Aid off. Sometimes we have to do that. When I quit watching television, I did not wean myself down. You may need to wean yourself down depending on what it is. But I just turned it off. I unplugged it. I canceled. It was like, I'm done. I walked away from it. And it was hard at first. It forced me to find other things to do in that time that I used to spend watching TV, right? To open myself up to learning new things, new hobbies, new relationships. And it was very beneficial for me. And yet at the same time, when I decided to do that, it was really because I saw truthfully how detrimental it was to my lifestyle. To what what I wanted for myself. And I feel like you're in that position right now. Really interesting, Libra. All right, well, let's pull a soul truth card here to see what we have for you here. And Libra, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, where am I called to use my voice right now? Yeah, you have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Okay, now that's interesting because you have the fates, all right? Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. You know, it could be as something as easy as making some change in your daily routine, right? And sharing with the world how that has changed your life. You know, it's just like, stop watching TV has changed my life. It is totally different. And I don't even miss TV anymore. And it is that energy of, it doesn't mean that you have to eliminate something, right? I'll have to say, I also added, writing to my angels in my angel journal every day. That has changed my life. It has reduced my anxiety so much because I just share with my angels what I'm worried about and give it up to them. And so it's understanding that, okay, maybe part of your journey is eliminating or creating rituals in your life that help you with your health and well-being, and then sharing that with other people, starting a program, coaching. Maybe some of you will become nutritional coaches or exercise coaches or spiritual practice coaches, understanding that what you are learning through this transit is also going to help you to share your wisdom with others, because you have the Hermit card, right? Sharing your wisdom. It is part of your destined path. Wow, really beautiful energy, Libra. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light, and I really appreciate all of your support, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.